actually pull through. I mean, Supervin's got a lot of work on his hands on this Grok.
Yep, and with that, you can tell that definitely BTR were trying to take aspects of what they thought worked for game one and then reiterate, all right? It's not like they're reinventing the wheel, changing their programming completely. They're like, yeah, we'll try it again, but just the same. Onic is doing the same, right? Onic has a few heroes that are similar from game one. That's why I'm afraid that it's going to be deja vu. Here we are with a quick start already. Very similar to game one. A lot of action.
A lot of action, but no first bloods just yet. And Cerezo doesn't get punished for it. Let's keep in mind, actually, what are your thoughts on Saken actually playing this 1-1? I mean, yesterday we've only seen one 1-1 actually go through, and it looked like it was good. And then there are moments where it's like, actually, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, no, if you asked me this before we saw Onyx's final lineup, I'd say maybe. Because again, you want to get into fights. You want to make sure that Supervin gets what he wants. But wait, I'll tell you this after Supervin survives. If he does!
I don't think he's going to survive this one. Kairi is zoning out Moreno and Sands. He's taking his sweet time with this one, getting first blood achieved straight away. And even Kairi using, making sure that he is using his ult to farm efficiently, right? Get a couple of gold, bit of gold from the shielding, and instantly invade.
And yep, steal not just the gold buff, but as well a small camp away from Super Ken. Again, back to answer your question. Just basically no, not now. Not given the amount of burst and sustainable damage sources that Onic is presenting. So yeah, I think Colius mentioned it. It's not going to be as easy to get those weakness points off. It's because you're thinking of so much. So unless Onic is caught sleeping, then only can Saken take the skies. Kairi just as quickly onto the turtle here, and he's playing a tug-of-war with Cerezo.
Yeah, and once again, Cerezo, he's got to do a lot of work here. If he can chunk out Sands, that would be ideal, but here we go, the deadly catch, just making sure they don't even get close. Turtle secured by Onyx's side, and Supercan doesn't even get the small camp as well.
Thing of beauty when Bane starts to get objectives, man. If MLBB took out like half the hero pool as long as Bane is there, I'd be okay. Looking at the map right now, 2.5 minutes in, it's a very evident approaching 1,000 gold lead here. Onic is just calling all the shots. Yeah, Supercan is farming, and yeah, they only really killed Vin, but from where do we go here? If you're a BTR fan, you're also wondering, come on, man, we need to make it to Game 3. Where does the team fight happen? It's so specific. Again, Onic has to fall into the trap of, let's go take this 3v3, 4v4 when they're not ready.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? If you're in BTR's position, a lot of that spearhead, a lot of that damage is coming from Supercan. Everybody else is going to require a little bit of items before they get to that point. You can't expect Cerezo to be chunking people out unless he has max stacks on his Ionic Edge.
Yeah, and that's what Cerezo is playing off of. He is the psychological warfare weapon. I think that's what Uranus is for the most part, right? We have to admit, he's not that great kit-wise because he's such a blunt force, mass of just bodies. Oh, wait, here comes a shark.
It almost looked good. They almost got out of the situation, but unfortunately, the save with a call alto. ICW has to get on out of there. Saken, he could potentially take to the skies, but cannot find the weakness points to secure it. Moreno trying to get away, but Sands refuses to let him go through that last one. Keep him alive. Moreno with his passive lives to see another day.
All right. Good news for the Bigot Troopers. That was but a taste of what Bigetron Alpha's winning image looks like, right? You want to be able to pop a Cult Altar when all of Onyx's ults have been spent, and if only Onyx wasn't ahead, if only Onyx didn't have 1 or 2 more items at that time, then maybe BTR would have taken a body or 2. But just the same, Onic can respect that. Onic also learned from Game 1. Even if they won, folks, you still take notes from what your opponent wants to do. And now, with the second turtle of Game 2, Supercan and Saken plotting up. Whoa!
Whoa! He managed just to pull it off as Supervin is able to flicker out of there to disengage. He is running towards Moreno's side just in case, but Cerezo in trouble, boots flickering for it. Can he make it? He catches up to him. Cerezo still alive, regenerating just enough health.
Living on the edge. He's living on the edge, but let's not pretend like that didn't just happen. Supercan stole a turtle from underneath Kairi's crab face.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting, but now they're trying to punish
Bane.
Boots here. The Thorn Rose looks so very good, and Boots can't get out. He tries his best. Rizzo secures that kill as Supercat walks around the deadly catch. This is what I was expecting BTR to actually play through, right? Playing through, punish Boots as much as you can, because Saken, he's going to be all right as long as Supervin is keeping the map open for him.
All right, so here's one strength that BTR's lineup has right now. If they can move in like 2 or 3 man units, it doesn't have to be a 4v4, 5v5. Wait, there's a knockup on the Vin!
Saved by the Cult Altar. The Rough Waves just did not have enough damage just yet. Keep in mind that his Keyboy, who's playing the Kadita, doesn't have as many items compared to Sans.
Oh, there's a knockup on the Moreno. Is there enough damage here? Not quite. So yeah, that was an example of what Bigetron Alpha can do. Best case scenario where they're not really looking for major wins. They can actually just go in a buddy system and then win when they don't actually have to commit too much. They don't even have to die. And just like that, Supercat just stole something else from Kairi. A purple buff in his face.
In his face, and now has flipped the gold lead in his favor ever so slightly. He's evened it out. He was losing out in EXP, and Kairi was having the time of his life. But with the turnaround and with the kill down on bottom side, it helps him recover. So again, this game is still very volatile, and these neutral objectives is where these team fights will occur.
How many blades do you want, Supercan? Yes, that's how many. I wouldn't be surprised if he just rushes a Blade of Despair at this point, and that's what Bigetron Alpha is looking for. That's what they need right now to just end what Onic is planning here. Now looking at this last hurdle of the game, Supercan with the pull, I'm starting to feel, I have to admit, as much of a Bane stan as I am, there is this weird slope. There is this weird portion of the early to mid that you have as this odd jungler. Now Turtle, clean take.
Yep, very clean take here as Boots. Oh no, he hops over the wall and Rizzo. Oh, flickers away before the wall charge connects. Keyboy tries his best, but he's going to have to use that Rough Waves to get on out of there. Supervin tried to trap him in, didn't get enough distance. In the meantime, Sans will clear out this mid wave while Supercamp instantly going for the invade. Oh no, this could be bad. CW is left all by himself. Thorn Rose is going to connect Phantom Execution as well as the wave collides just in time. Keyboy at least finds a return kill.
That's a punish. As great as Supercan has been going for the past 2 or 3 minutes here, he went in too deep. He went in too deep.
Yeah, honestly, he was a little unlucky, right? CW just following his natural instincts of, I just gotta walk back, and then realize midway, oh no, a wave literally right under the inhibitor turret. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, just stopped him in his tracks. But that doesn't stop Bigetron Alpha from actually getting a pretty respectable lead here in the mid-game. 7 minutes, 45 seconds in, about 1,000 gold and change ahead. What's the game plan for Onic, you're wondering? What does Onic do? Well, punish and find a way to get back on top, get back in the lead. That's where Bane is best. That's where this lineup is best. When you're the one who's always calling the shots, when you're overloading your opponents, when you look Moreno in the eyes and say, your Cult Altar means nothing to me, that's the best case scenario for Onic.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they are stealing Moreno's a large majority of the time. Like, Sans is making sure that he's able to kind of protect everybody else in case things go south with the call. Altar. In the meantime, Rizzo starting to become a problem. He's starting to scale, he's getting his items, and he is getting pressure on the bottom side of the map.
Yep. And as foretold, Supercan here sitting on top of the gold leaderboards, approaching the 6,000 gold mark. Homie's already built his Blade of Despair. Now Boots looking for one.
Prism Strike is already good, but now he's trying to get on out of there. Oh, the Call Altar saves his life as Moreno put down very, very low. They're going to recall as the upcoming Lord coming up in 6 seconds.
How do you spell clutch? S-A-N. NZ. That was a close call for good guy Boots, but his teammate says not today. Lord's Dance about to begin here. Keyboy first on the scene. I'm wondering, as far as I'm concerned, with the 2K gold lead here and how well SuperCan's been playing, this Lord belongs to BTR.
I mean, we say that. Wild Charge comes in straight away out the good guy. Boots his Keyboy, unable to get back into the war to that fight here. I'm not seeing the deadly catch coming out of time, but call Altar. Oh! Keyboy able to get on out of there, picks up the kill on Moreno. It's Rizzo's able to find the kill back. Deadly catch, but 50-50. It falls into the hands of Kairi. A level down on SuperCan. Sand's still healthy, and he's looking for kills. Moreno is going to deter them, but this mid-tier 1 will fall into the hands of Onic.
Call me wrong, but just the same, Onic is proven why even in the darkest of days, you can see the black and yellow on their porcupines, and look at that. It's Kairi's turn. Sweet vengeance. Not the battle spell nor the skill on Arlet. But the fact that he stole the purple this time around, that'll fix the equilibrium. That'll fix their economy.
We'll have to see in a little bit. This is a relatively low kill count game as we approach the 10th minute. 4-4. We're hoping to see that Onic actually builds up that lead. Malefic Roar purchase on towards CW side is going to help him a lot, especially when he's up against Supervid. Or even Cerezo, who's been cutting for this poor marksman, honestly.
Yep, as they should. I think that's just the right thing to do because it's CW. Wait, Moreno.
He was so close. He was so close. And CW doesn't get the shot off
on Cerezo just yet. Cerezo, by the way, rocking that common emblem and not a single book in sight. Ain't no enchanted talisman here. But I wonder if Keyboy knows where Super Vin is. This is dangerous.
It is extremely dangerous. We do see the endless battle purchase from SuperCan's side. So every time he uses an ability, his auto attacks is going to deal significant damage as Moreno picks up the favor. Oh, nope, switches back to die hit. Thank goodness. Okay, all right. He's looking to finish off targets.
I can imagine a world wherein maybe favor worked. But in this situation, yeah, you need more damage. You need more output. You need to make sure SuperCan can finish the job when you get to it. And there's a knockup!
They find it. They find it onto Keyboy's side. He didn't have enough time to channel the rough waves. And now Onic is forced backwards 21 seconds until the Lord spawns.
Not an atom of hesitation in the fiber of Supervin. He saw the shadow of a Kadira. That's it. Right there. We're taking him.
Poor Keyboy. Like he was playing phenomenally in game number 1. Game number 2, he is just not finding that space in Bigetron Alpha. They're starting to find their groove here.
All right, so with that groove, they can take a two-step plan. Close the gap, and then take this Lord. And it looks like it's all coming down to this small area. This funnel!
Oh, the funnel's not good! As Boots has already found one! The call Altar as well as Keyboy is able to get... Just so surprising. I did mess up saying securing the neutral objective. What I wanted to say was Onic is just so combat aware around the neutrals, right? Despite the fact that they didn't get the Lord itself, the fact that they are making sure they are blowing resources, and more importantly so, finding these key picks on towards Bigetron's side, you gotta be real careful.
Yep, they are an artist in the way of the turn. Onic turned on BTR. Now Lord's gonna crash on through bottom lane. There's a jump!
While charge on towards Boots' side, he's able to get it out in time as Superfit is put down to 1% of his HP. Good damage on the inhibitor turret. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Bigetron Alpha know that this is going to be a long one. There's no way to push momentum when you don't have the gold on your side.
All right. So speaking of gold, you're looking at deadlock. Barely 500, 600 between these two top-tier global teams. It's amazing that we're all seeing this right now in the heart of Jakarta. And there's Keyboy coming in. Super Ken just got knocked out.
He just got full comboed, and now Boots is in trouble as the crossbow tank can be popped, but Sakin is not going to take it. He's going to peel backwards. Cerezo and Vin can only do so much to keep him alive. And even Moreno waiting for the right time. The Deadly Catch is going to isolate them, and it's going to be Super Vin who pays the price.
The Super Bros have fallen. The Super Bros have fallen. It's 30 seconds and, all right, 40 seconds until the next Lord. But just the same, I think Onic will just push. Onic's gonna have their way with this inhibitor coming in with another wave because they need the help from Vin and Super Ken to clear. And if not, there's way too much damage from Onic. So yeah, they're gonna lose these buffs. And then the next Lord is going to be melt at this point. Now Boots in trouble, ends up dying. Sakin has such relevant damage as Keyboy looks for the kill out to Super Ken. The Thorn Rose that saved his life. And Keyboy in trouble. Wait, that Phantom Execution did not connect. This kairi is now sitting on top of the eject. Secures it for himself, ends up dying, but Cerezo chasing them down, making sure that they are slow enough. Sakin unable to close the distance fast enough to get the crossbow tag. In the meantime, we do see the solo kill from Super Ken onto Keyboy, finally getting his revenge. Is that not a disaster? Did Onic not commit too much, sacrifice too much for that one Luminous Lord? Because by the looks of it, it didn't even last 5 seconds!
I think they still have enough high ground defense. CW, it's all up to you against 5 members of Bigetron Alpha as they look at the crash down. Boots is going to get in the way. Superfin and Sand, what a wild charge! CW forced to flick around as Sand takes it back into the Winter Truncheon to buy that extra bit of time. CW, does he have any ults left? It looks like the waves have been cleared out just in time, thanks to Sands.
And here comes the cavalry. Kairi gonna miss out on Super Ken, but just the same, the fact that Onic is still in this, that Onic did not get punished into oblivion, that we're seeing Game 2 still in progress, this is good for all of the Sonics out there, for all of Onyx Sobat. But right now, BTR are calling the shots. BTR is just much better at the cuff, and right now, they're gonna pop the Orvin! Oh!
Yep, they disrespected CW. They didn't realize how far out he was. The conceal comes out. They're looking for another one as Super Ken decides, nope, I'm out of there. No, don't want to be part of this. I'm going to just take your purple and walk away.
All right, 18 minutes approaching. Sakin Airlines have yet to take off. They have been delayed so long.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating because again, that's the one ability that really makes this hero super cool. Those TikTok plays that you see and those clips all over the internet. But no, Sakin, he's really patient.
Yeah, but is that not a testament to how well BTR is playing this? The fact that you haven't seen a single crossbow of Tang make a difference makes this lineup all the more scary, because what if he does take to this guys? What if he does pop the ult?
Well, we're gonna have to see. The situation needs to be right, because if Sakin switches targets on towards someone like Keyboy, who can just break out of it with the rough waves, or arguably even Boots, it's just not that worth it. He needs to take out CW.
Or maybe even Sans.
Kairi would be ideal, though.
That's the best. You know, so much damage that you're taking out of the equation, but that's why your boy actually built a Winter Truncheon. So yeah, Kairi already has a Winter Truncheon. So even targets for Crossbow Tang, if he does unlock it and can press the button, is slim pickings. So I understand the situation right now. I understand what's going on. But the fact that this Lord coming up, 20 seconds away, is looking as close to 50-50 as it gets. This is a tight lord. Oh!
Ooh, Cerezo, he's still alive. He's able to take the burst damage from Keyboy at this point of time. He is thick. He is extremely thick, and especially with the immortality as well. Onic, they're just gonna have to break it at some point.
He's thick with 4 Cs. All right, so step number 1, secure your purple. Good. I'm wondering Super Ken has his, or if they're gonna wait to give the orange to Saken, and then they can start to make a play for this Lord. But wait, looks like they're blitzing it.
Yep, Cerezo's trying to slow them down with the Ionic Edge, and even with the help of Super Vince, while Guardian's Barrier, oh no, Saken, he's taking a lot of damage here. He's on top of Boots and already takes to the skies. Didn't deal enough damage, and now the turnaround with the Deadly Catch. Call Altar to keep them alive. The Wild Charge to get on top of CW, but Boots, he's gonna lose his immortality as the Nibiru's Passion only chunks out Super Ken. They only find it, and Kairi gets the Lord. Boots still alive, and Super Ken on the run. Winter trudging to buy a bit of time. Thorn Rose as well, but the kill falls into the hands of Gilad Sans.
That was an almost perfect play for Onic. Despite everything presented by a Bigetron Alpha, they had the check for everything. And with that, they not only walked away with an evolved Lord with a passive that deals so much more damage, might make nothing out of the Cult Altar, but as well killed Super Ken. This is going to be a difficult defense.
It really is. And Onic, they just know how to just zone them out. And so far, Sans has already gotten some good work in. Wild Charge already being used. Mid inhibitors already down. They're losing members, and unfortunately, Saken cannot stand up forward. The Wild Charge comes back. The Call Altar to keep him alive, but it's too late. The Deadly Catch does too much damage, and it's a killing spree. Moreno finds one. They're clumped together, but the Lord is too big, too strong. Onic Peak is back. GG, well played.
What time is it?
It's Onic time.
2-0 for the defending MSC champions. Could have sworn that last weekend in MPLID didn't even happen. Could have sworn Staz wasn't even sick.
Yeah, it's just, wow. Wow, they recuperated so much. I had so many doubts with the lineup after